The Lion, The Witch and the Wardrobe by C.S. Lewis. Summary: The Lion, The Witch and the Wardrobe is a fantasy novel by C.S. Lewis, published in 1950 as the first book in the Chronicles of Narnia series. The story follows the four Pevensey siblings, Peter, Susan, Edmund, and Lucy, who discover the magical land of Narnia through a wardrobe in an old English country house. In Narnia, they encounter Aslan, the noble lion, and face the evil White Witch, who has cast Narnia into eternal winter. Themes of bravery, redemption, and the battle between good and evil are central to the story. Plot summary. 1. Discovering Narnia. The story begins during World War II, when the Pevensey siblings are evacuated from London to stay with an old professor in the countryside. During a game of hide and seek, the youngest sibling, Lucy, discovers a wardrobe that leads her into the magical land of Narnia, where it is always winter. She meets Mr. Tumnus, a friendly faun, who explains that Narnia is under the rule of the White Witch, who has made it winter forever. Lucy returns to her world, but her siblings don't believe her story. However, during a later visit, Edmund stumbles into Narnia and meets the White Witch, who tempts him with enchanted Turkish delight and promises him power if he brings his siblings to her. The witch's charm takes hold of Edmund, making him her unwitting pawn. 2. The Pevenseys enter Narnia together. Eventually, all four siblings find themselves in Narnia, where they learn about the prophecy that 4 sons of Adam and daughters of Eve will break the witch's spell and restore peace to the land. They meet Mr. and Mrs. Beaver, who reveal that Aslan, the true king of Narnia, has returned and is gathering his forces to overthrow the witch. However, Edmund slips away to join the White Witch, believing she will make him a prince. The witch reveals her cruelty, imprisoning him instead. The remaining Pevenseys, along with Mr. and Mrs. Beaver, set out to find Aslan and enlist his help in rescuing Edmund and stopping the witch. 3. Meeting Aslan and preparing for battle. The Pevenseys find Aslan at the stone table, where he gathers his followers to prepare for the battle against the witch. Aslan, a powerful and wise lion, embodies justice, strength, and sacrifice. Despite his power, he is kind and compassionate, and the siblings are awed by his presence. Aslan arranges a rescue mission for Edmund, who is brought back to the camp and reconciled with his siblings. Aslan forgives him, offering him a chance at redemption. However, the witch insists on her right to punish Edmund according to the deep magic of Narnia, as she claims all traitors belong to her. 4. Aslan's sacrifice and resurrection. To save Edmund, Aslan makes a secret agreement with the witch, offering himself in Edmund's place. That night, Aslan willingly goes to the stone table, where the witch and her followers humiliate and kill him in a brutal ritual. The Pevenseys, particularly Lucy and Susan, are heartbroken, watching from a distance. However, Aslan is resurrected the next morning due to an older magic that the witch did not know. When a willing victim dies in place of a traitor, death is reversed. Aslan's return renews hope, and he leads the Pevenseys and his followers into battle against the witch's army. 5. The battle and the fulfillment of the prophecy. In the climactic battle, Aslan and the Pevenseys' forces clash with the White Witch's army. Peter shows great courage, leading his side in battle, while Aslan directly confronts the witch and defeats her, breaking her power over Narnia. With the witch gone, spring returns, and the land of Narnia begins to flourish once again. Aslan crowns Peter, Susan, Edmund, and Lucy as the kings and queens of Narnia, fulfilling the ancient prophecy. They rule for many years in peace and prosperity, bringing justice and kindness to the land. 6. Returning to the real world. After years of ruling Narnia, the Pevenseys stumble back through the wardrobe and find themselves as children once again in the professor's house, discovering that no time has passed in their world. The story ends with the professor hinting that they may return to Narnia someday. Key themes. 1. Good versus evil. The battle between Aslan and the White Witch symbolizes the age-old struggle between good and evil, with Aslan representing selflessness, justice, and sacrifice, while the witch embodies cruelty and corruption. 2. Redemption and forgiveness. Edmund's journey from betrayal to redemption highlights themes of forgiveness and second chances. Aslan's willingness to sacrifice himself to save Edmund demonstrates the power of self-sacrifice and love in overcoming wrongdoing. 3. Courage and bravery. Each of the Pevensies must summon bravery to face the dangers of Narnia. Peter's leadership, Lucy's steadfastness, and Edmund's repentance all show different aspects of courage in the face of fear and temptation. 4. Faith and resurrection. Aslan's sacrifice and resurrection symbolize hope, renewal, and the belief in a greater purpose, drawing parallels to religious themes of resurrection and redemption. Conclusion. The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe by C.S. Lewis is a timeless story of courage, redemption, and the triumph of good over evil. With memorable characters, vivid world building, and a compelling moral core, The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe continues to inspire readers to believe in the power of love, sacrifice, and forgiveness.